Happy Halloween, everybody. It's time for another top 10 list and market update for the comic book community. So go grab your vibe juice and bring me some candy. And then meet me back here in the comic room. Because we got a lot to talk about. Boo. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3. We are back with another top 10 list and market update for you. Yes, for you, the comic book community. Happy Halloween, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell so every time I drop a video, you wonderful people will get that notification. I know you guys been out trick-or-treating. Be careful. Make sure you don't eat anything that may be jigged up or got some type of, you know what I mean, concoction going on with it. Be careful with the candy. Times are still crazy out there, all right? But listen, we got a top 10 list that you're definitely not going to want to miss. I did get it right. DC is off the chain with this absolute story run. And I'm really hoping that it is what I think it is, all right? So we're going to start the list off at number 10. DC is off to an excellent start with another absolute installment at the top of the top 10 list. We're going to get kicked off with DC All-In Special, and this is where it all began. Issue number 1. Yes. All right. This is the Daniel Sempier wraparound cover, first appearance of Absolute Universe Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Last recorded sale for this book was for $6, ladies and gentlemen. This book is currently up right now at 47.38%, with the average price for a raw copy going for just $11. Extremely affordable, off to a great start. Average graded copy is going to run you about $53. There's been a total of 60 sales for this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. And we've had an all-time high of $60 and for the CGC 9.8, and that was back on October 9th. Now, fair market value has this book resting at $11 for the raw copy in near mint condition. And like I said, I definitely got this one right because DC is off to a phenomenal start with this absolute run. All right, so if you don't have it, you guys might want to get your hands on it. It's a new take on the DC Universe, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and later on down the line, they're going to tap into a few other characters. So if you don't have it, DC All-In Special, issue number 1, definitely get your hands on it because it's moving on the secondary market. And I give it 2 thumbs up. All right? At the list at number 9, we got to talk about this hot cover. This is a hot cover alert. Whoop, whoop. Hot cover alert, ladies and gentlemen. And this is Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 1. This is the 1 in 25 Dan Panosian cover. Oh, absolutely. No pun intended. This joint is fire, right? Now, this is a strike while the iron is cold book because this book is currently down 15%, right? With the last recorded sale for this book being $40. The average price for the raw copy is $42. The average price for the graded copy is $124. We had an all-time high for this sale that took place back on October 25th, where CGC 9.8 sold for $145. Now, with a total of 103 sales for this book, one of them being mine, because I actually made sure I grabbed a copy also, fair market value has this book resting at $42 for the raw copy in near mint condition. So Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 1, the 1 in 25, the Dan Panosian variant is definitely hot, ladies and gentlemen. And I feel with the story arc versus the writing, the artwork itself, and the cover art, this is a must grab for your PC. So definitely check it out. If you haven't already checked it out, it's definitely one you want to take a look at. I read the story, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure many of you will also. It may not be for everybody, but it's definitely a good read in my opinion. It's only the first installment, but yet a great start, all right? Now, you know about the best, right? And that's me. But here's another book that I consider to be one of the best. Now, this is a fan favorite. And we're going to talk about Ultimate Fallout 4. Yes. And this is the Mark Bagley cover. This is the first appearance of Miles Morales and the maker from Ultimate Fantastic 4, Reed Richards. All right? So this book has been up, down. It's been all over the place, right? But it continues to maintain its value. So it's important that I highlight these types of books, and not to mention the fact that this is one of my favorite characters also. Now, last recorded sale for this book was $315, and that was for a CGC 8.5. This book is up right now, 190%. So keep your eye out on this book, because this book is going to continue to do numbers. Average price for the raw copy, $317, while the average price for a graded copy will run you roughly about $879. Now, we've had a total of 8,936 sales of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market, and I don't see this stopping anytime soon. This book may slow down, but yet it still continues to sustain its grade, it sustains its value, it sustains its, how do I say, it sustains its position. Yes, as one of the keys most sought after in the comic book community. Because this is one of those keys that, you know, a lot of people love to hate this book, but it continues to just hang around. It's not going anywhere, right? So there was an all-time high for this particular book that took place back in 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for $4,499. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Bagley cover, $4,499. And I had to go a step further. I looked at fair market value. Fair market value has the raw copy in near mint condition at roughly about $317, right? But go collect, when I checked the census, there's 16,780 universal grades on the census. We have 4,367 9.8s. We've got 4,769 9.6s. We've got 2,757 9.4s. We've got 1,761 9.2s. We've got 1,398 9.0s, right? And that is accurate information, ladies and gentlemen. And just to take it a step further, because I know many of you also like the CGC graded slabs, I went as far as to see what those numbers look like also, and I want to bring those to you. That way you can compare notes, right? So there are, in CBCS certified blue, we've had 57 sales of the CBCS 9.8, with the last one selling for $1,250. We've had 50 sales of the CBCS 9.6, and the last one sold for $425. We've had 65 sales of the CBCS 9.4, and the last one sold for $375. We've had 52 sales of the CBCS 9.2, and the last one sold for $281. And we've had 27 sales of the CBCS 9.0, where the last one sold for $300. So that's over $71,000 in sales for the CBCS certified blue 9.8s alone. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this continues to be a hot book. You can hate on it if you want, but it's still a hot book and very much sought after in the comic book community. This is the next generation's Spider-Man, and I believe Miles Morales is here to stay. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, but this book is hot, hot, hot. All right? Ultimate Fallout 4, a fan favorite, Mark Bagley cover. It's definitely moving, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely moving. This next book has been around. This book has been around the block a few times, all right? So it has to be something that we need to highlight. This book is Ghost Rider, issue number 28, the direct edition. Yes, I've seen this in comic shops all over the world, right? Pretty much. Like, this book is everywhere. There's nowhere you can't go and find this book. This is Ghost Rider, issue number 28, direct edition, first cameo appearance of the Midnight Suns, the first Caretaker, the first Lilith, and the first Meat Maker. the first meat market. It's all good. This is another strike while the iron is cold moment. All right. The last recorded sale for this book was $8, but this book is currently down 5.75%. So it's a great buying opportunity. Yes, this book has not really gone up significantly in value, but yet it continues to trend. And this is why I have to bring you these numbers. Average price for the raw copy is $14 right now. This, at one point, this was a dollar bin book. So this book continues to gradually increase in value, right? Average price for the graded copy is $97. There's an all-time high for CBCS 9.9 that took place for $699, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to share some more information with you because that number went up quite quickly, rather fast, all right? So I want to make sure I share that with you. Fair market value has this book resting at $14 for the raw copy in their mint condition. But after check and go collect, because this book is fairly easy to find, so you don't have to really go too crazy about it. So after check and go collect, we learned that there's 3,314 universal grades on the census. We've got 1,434 9.8s, and the last one sold for $626. We've got 753 9.6s, and the last one sold for $259. We've got 407 9.4s, with the last one selling for $120. We've got 275 9.2s on the census, with the last one selling for $79. We've got 223 9.0s, with the last book selling for $58, right? Now, taking it a step further, it's important that I highlight this for you because you want to know this, right? The CBCS market is also just as hot as the CGC. Two quality graders going back to back, running the ship neck and neck. Listen, you can't go wrong with either grade because now the comic book community understands that a monopoly is not necessarily a good thing. So you keep the other honest when you have these two giants going at it, right? So there's CBC certified blues. We got one sale for the CBC 9.9, and that book last sold, according to Go Collect, for $1,000. The 9.9 is the golden A in the CBCS, ladies and gentlemen. We've had 24 sales for the CBCS 9.8, which last sold for $19. We've had 9 sales for the CBCS 9.6, and the last sold for $21. We've got 2 sales for the CBCS 9.4 that last sold for $20. And last but not least, we've had 3 sales for the CBCS 9.0, with the last one selling for $31. Ladies and gentlemen, this book is doing fairly well on the market. Do not sleep. Ghost Rider issue number 28, the direct edition. We're talking about the first cameo appearance of the Midnight Suns. When this movie finally drops, the comic book community is going to explode because we've been seeing this book forever. And we've been talking about the Midnight Suns coming, going, but this book still is sticking around. So it's definitely worth taking a look at. It's hot. Don't miss out on it. At the list at number 6, ladies and gentlemen, even though this book is down 1% right now, it's still a hot book. Yes, it's still a hot book. This is Absolute Batman. This is issue number 1. This is that New York Comic Con Virgin Foil variant by Rocka Lynn. That's what I'm going to call him. I apologize if I'm butchering the name, but this cover is so hot right now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, last recorded sale for this book, $50. Average price for the raw, $52. We've had a high sale of $120 for the CGC 9.8, and that was back on October 17th. The average price for the graded copy right now is $120. We've had a total of 18 sales of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market, with fair market value resting at $52 for the raw copy in near mint condition. This Absolute Batman issue number 1, New York Comic Con Virgin Foil variant, is extremely hot. So keep your eye out on it. It's definitely one for the PC if you have that section in there for artwork as I do. All right, so I'm going to keep my eye out on this book, and if anything spectacular happens with it, like if I purchase it, I'll definitely let you guys know that as well. Absolute Batman, issue number 1, New York Comic Con Virgin Foil variant by Rocker Lynn is definitely hot. All right, so make sure you check it out. We've made it to the halfway mark, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I go any further, I do want to stop and take this time to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with us, checking out the channel. Happy Halloween to you and the family, from my family to yours. And you guys be safe while you're out there, right? Enjoy the holiday, just be safe. And I also want to bring to your attention that, yes, I'm having the t-shirts all made up. So I'm going to show those to you. I want you guys to get ready. I'm going to display the pictures so you guys can pick which one you want. And then, you know, once I get the point of sale set up, then I'll be open for business and ready to let you guys purchase some Keep It Comic t-shirts. I think they're really hot. Leave a comment down below. You let me know what you think, because I do it for you. I do it for the culture, baby. It's all for the love of the hobby, man. It's good vibes only. All right? So I'm going to put the front. There's 2 different designs. I'm going to put the front one up, and then I'm going to put the back one up. Now, you can purchase these in 3 different colors. You can have either red, white, or black. There are no other colors, so don't be asking me for yellow or plaid or green or fluorescent beige, because there's not going to be any at the moment. I have to grow it into that, right? But we're going to do red, white, and black. And these are the 2 designs that you'll be able to grab from, all right? So check them out. Let me know what you think. I spent a lot of time, and, you know, I spent a great deal of money trying to make sure we get it together. You guys asked for it, so I wanted to bring it to you. And this is what it is, man. It's good vibes only. I'm your boy C3. I appreciate each and every one of you. Back to the list. On the list at number 5. I so love having this particular book on the list. Very affordable key. Let's talk about X-Men Adventures, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of Morph, Earth Trend 566. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a nice book, man. I love all that yellow in there also. Last recorded sale for this book was $8. This book is up right now 62%, with the average raw copy going for $11, right? Jubilee gets caught by the Sentinels. X-Men come to the rescue. This book is hot. The storyline is definitely worth reading. Last recorded sale for this book, like I said, was $8. Average price for the raw is $11. Average graded copy is $50, ladies and gentlemen. Very affordable key. We had an all-time high that took place back in 2022 where CGC 9.8 went for $487. Yes, my friends, $487 is the all-time high for this particular book. We've had 1,949 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the market. Fair market value has this book resting at $11 for the raw copy in near mint condition. After check and go collect, we learned that there is 1,533 universal grades on the census. We've got 330 9.8s, with the last sale going with 155 sales. All right, we've got 42 9.6s with 160 sales. We've got 326 9.4s with 106 sales. We've got 156 9.2s with 40 sales. We've got 108 9.0s with 23 sales. All right, now, again, just to make sure that we understand the balance in the market, we got to bring in CBCS so you guys know what the CGC is doing, but you also know what the CBCS is doing. CBCS certified blue, we got 9 sales for the CBCS 9.8, and the last sale was for $182. We've got 8 sales for the CBCS 9.6, and the last book sold for $60. We've got 1 sale of the CBCS 9.4, and that last book sold for $45. And we've got 2 sales of the CBCS 9.0, which sold for $35. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's just to give you a ratio of where you are with the CGCs to the CBCS, all right? So that'll keep everything all nice and packaged up for you in a nice little neat package. X-Men Adventures, issue number 1. If you're in the market for it, make sure you check it out because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. All right? All right, guys. Now, at the list at number 4, we're going to keep the show moving. We're going to move right along. Here's a Halloween hot book. Down, but still a hot book. Strike while the iron is cold. Let's talk about Wolverine Revenge, issue number 3. The Red Band, 1 in 25. Tales from the Crypt, homage variant. That was a mouthful. Right? But we got it out. Now, definitely, strike while the iron is cold. It's always worth it, right? When you can save a couple of bucks. This book is down 7.85%, with the last recorded sale for this book being $25, which I still feel like that's a good price. 1 in 25, you're getting it at the ratio, $25. Average price for the graded copy, average price for the raw copy is $29, while the average price for the graded copy is $160. We had an all-time high that took place on October 4th, where the CGC 9.8 sold for $160, all right? With a total of 23 sales for this particular book that has changed hands. So the comic book community has an interest in this book, which is why I put it on the list. Wolverine Revenge, issue number 3, The Red Band, 1 in 25, Tales from the Crypt, homage cover. Extra pages, a couple of extra word bubbles, and all the blood you could stand. I'll take it, right? If you're in the market for it, keep your eye out on it. Because it's moving, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely moving. And it's got a great story to it, too. So definitely check it out, all right? Now, at the list at number 3, here's a book that's perfect for the holiday season. Let's talk collector's classic. And we have to highlight Halloween, issue number 1. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first appearance and the origin of Michael Myers in comic books. Yeah. I could just hear the music in my head playing right now. Look, this book is up 250%. 250% increase in copies that have sold. Last recorded sale for this book was for $80. The average price for the raw is $150, ladies and gentlemen. Average graded copy is $404. We had an all-time high that took place back in 2022 where CGC 9.8 sold for $455. Fair market value has this book resting at $154 for the raw copy in near mint condition, and we've had 313 copies of this book move on the market. All right? So, classic book, classic cover, awesome run in the movies. Like, you can't go wrong with all the Halloween installments. Like, definitely great for the season. If you want to sit a chill up your spine, definitely check out Mike Myers. If you love horror, this book is definitely for you. All right, Halloween, issue number 1, ladies and gentlemen, is moving on the secondary market, and rightfully so. Number 2 on the list, and I'm feeling like this one is powered by Agatha all alone, which could be, could be so. Right? Mephisto versus Fantastic Four, issue number 1, the direct edition. Oh, yes, guys. This is a 4-issue miniseries. This book is currently up right now. It's 220% increase in copies. Last recorded sale for this book was $3, ladies and gentlemen. And this one is easy and affordable. Average price for the raw copy is also $3. Average graded copy will run you about $40. All right? We had an all-time high for this book that took place. That was back in 2023, where somebody paid $4 for a raw copy in near mint condition. And that's not bad at all. $4. Beautiful cover, great story, classic. Can't go wrong, right? Now, fair market value has this book resting at $3 for the raw copy in fine condition. I checked Go Collect. We got 48 universal grades on the census. We got 19 9.8s with 9 cells. We've got 11 9.6s with 4 cells. We've got 5 9.4s with only 1 cell, but we also have 3 9.0s and we've got 3 cells. All right? So, and unfortunately, there are no CBCS data on this information. There's no CBCS data information on this book, but this is still a book worth checking out. Mephisto, I know everybody's watching Agatha all along. It is Thursday. Once I get done with the Halloween stuff with the kids and the family, I am going to be checking out that next installment because I want to see what it's all about. It's been great up to this point. I would have liked to see a little bit more excitement and ghoulishness going on in there, but I still think it's hot. I like how they tied it into WandaVision, so I'm enjoying it. Leave a comment down below. You think it's too slow, you're not enjoying it, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Let's chop it up, all right? But here we go. Mephisto versus Fantastic Four. Issue number 1, the direct edition. It's moving, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you check it out. All right? And speaking of checking it out, don't forget to like, subscribe for the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Happy Halloween to everybody. I'm your boy C3. I do it for the love. I do it for the culture. I do it for you, the comic book community. And it's always good vibes, ladies and gentlemen. It's always good vibes. I enjoy what I do. Man, I'm just having a good time. Don't hate, participate. All right? Now, we've made it to the number 1 hottest comic book in the galaxy. And we're going to talk about The Walking Dead, issue number 1. And this is the Tony Moore regular cover. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. I remember when this book was super hot. It's all anybody ever talked about. Walking Dead was probably like one of the longest running series on Netflix. It was getting so much love. These comic books, man, were hot. You couldn't keep them in your hand long enough, all right? This is the first appearance of Rick Grimes and Shane Walsh, and this book is up an astounding 269%, all right? Average price for the raw copy, $916, while the average price for the graded copy is $2,222. And get this, we had a CGC 9.9 that sold back in August 10th of 2024 for an all-time high of $23,459, right? We've had a grand total of 743 sales for this book alone that has changed hands on the secondary market. Fair market value has this book resting at $916 for the raw copy in near mint condition. And you know I had to go to Go Collect and check these numbers out because, like I said, it's about keeping you duly informed. We have 3,167 universal grades. Again, I repeat, 3,167 universal grades on the census. We've got 23 9.9s with 25 cells. So the 9.9 is the golden egg in this particular book. And we've got 23 of them. All right? We've got 1,047 9.8s with 654 cells. We've got 913 9.6s with 565 cells. We've got 552 9.4s with 317 cells. We've got 238 9.2s with 113 cells. We've got 157 9.0s with 81 cells. And when we flip that over and go collect and hold the mirror up to it, we've got 2 cells for the CBCS 9.9, and the last one sold for $14,000. Yes, the last one sold for $14,000 in the CBCS, and we've had 2 sales thus far. We've got 23 sales for the 9.8, and the last one sold for $2,150, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so happy Halloween, everybody. It's good vibes only. Be safe. Enjoy the hobby. Don't let nobody hurt you. And don't hurt nobody. All right? It's good vibes only. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. Like, subscribe, share. And I'll see you guys later. You know what it is.